O sister Ismene, unhappiness, calamity, disgrace, and dishonor have fallen upon us. Our brothers are dead, and now King Green has decreed a proclamation to all the city. Do you understand, or do you not know what outrage plans on those we love?
Antigone, I heard nothing since our two brothers have been killed in battle.
I sensed as much, and that is why I brought you outside the palace to tell you secretly.
There's trouble in your looks, Antigone. What is it? Some dark shadows upon you?
It concerns our brother's burial. King Green has ordained honor for one and disdain for the other. Antiochus is to be entombed with every solemn rite and ceremony to show him honor. But as for Polynesius, King Creon ordered that none shall bury him or mourn for him. Polynesius must be left to lie unwept and unburied, for hungry birds are prey to swoop and feast on his poor body. So King Creon has decreed to all the citizens, and to you, and to me, he who disobeys King Creon shall be put to death. Will you join hands with me and share my task?
What dangerous enterprise have you in mind?
To lift his body, will you join me?
Would you dare bury him against King Creon's law?
My brother I will bury, and no one shall say I fell.
You are too bold. King Creon has forbidden it.
He has no right to kill me for burying my own brother.
Antigone, please remember that we are but women and not made to fight with men. I yield to those who have authority.
I will not attempt to convince you, but I shall bury him. If I have to die for this pure crime, I am content, for I shall rest beside him. But you, if you so choose, may scorn the sacred laws of burial that heaven holds in honor.
Nay, I do not scorn, but against King Creon's will I am weak.
Make that your excuse. I go to heap earth upon the brother I love.
I fear for you. I tremble for your life.
Look for yourself, but do not fear for me.
Your heart is full of fever.
I will face the danger that so dismays. You, afraid, cannot be so dreadful as to die a coward's death.
Then go if you must. Your task, but I love you dearly, Sister Antigone.
Here comes Creon, the new king of Thebes. Why has he called this gathering?
By royal edict, I have summoned you here. Upon a single day, two brothers, Antigone and Polynesius, killed each other. I now possess a throne and royal power by nearest kingship with the dead. Of two brothers who died in battle, I proclaim the following edict. Antigone, none were valiant who he fought gloriously for his country and so laid down his life, shall be entombed with every grace and honor. But Polynesius, who returned from exile to fight against us, shall be left unburied until the birds of the air and the dogs have picked his bones. Such is my will.
Such is your will, my lord.
Then look to it then that you defend the law now made. I have appointed guards to watch the unburied body.
What further orders do you lay on us?
That you resist whoever disobeys.
None are so foolish as to long for death.
Death is indeed the price.
Creon, my king, I'm out of breath with running. I'm here to tell you all. It may be nothing, still I'll tell you. I can suffer no more than what is my fate.
Is your news unpleasant?
Aye, and fear makes a man pause long.
Make an end to it. Tell your story and be gone.
Then here it is, the body. The unburied body of Polynesius has been sprinkled with dust and given the sacred rites.
What man did indeed so rash?
I know not. There was no sign of digging. The earth was hard and still and undisturbed. There were no track of chariot wheels. He who had done such a deed left no trace at all.
Perhaps this deed was ordered by the gods.
Silence! Cease your chatter, my wrath will fall upon you. I know that a man can be bribed to do this act. Of all vile things on earth, none is so vile as money. I speak to you plainly and confirm it with this oath. Unless you find the author of this burial rite, mere death will not suffice. You shall be hanged alive until you spit forth the door of this crime.
I'm not the one who did it.
Then bring forth the man who did.
May the gods grant that he be found.
Many are the wonders of the world, and none so wonderful as man. Full of resource against all that comes to him to stand. Against death alone is he left for defense.
What strange sight is this? I doubt my eyes.
Antigone, Antigone, what have you done? Unlucky daughter of an unlucky father. It cannot be you who has disobeyed King Creon.
We caught her neck to burying her brother. Where is King Creon?
Back from the palace in just time he comes.
Why do you bring this girl? Where was she taken?
Burying her brother, we captured her. All was evident.
Is this the truth?
I saw her bearing the body of forbidden to be touched. Is that distinctly clear?
Speak you who is down at the earth. Are these accusations true or false?
I admit to I do not deny it.
Sentinel, you may go. But tell me and let you speak for brief. Have you not heard of my edict forbidding such a deed?
I heard and knew.
And you dare to disobey my law?
It was not Zeus who issues this decree, nor did I believe that you, Creon, a man, could override the laws of heaven.
Antigone shows her father's temperament, fierce and defiant. She will not yield to any storm.
Those who are most obstinate suffer the greatest fall. I have seen my eldest horses tamed, and only by a tiny bit. This girl is insolent and she boasts of what she did. Even though she may be my niece, you should not escape such penalty, and neither shall her sister escape such penalty.
Would you do more than simply take and kill me?
I desire no more.
Why do you delay? I have no pleasure in hearing you speak. What greater glory could I have presented to heaven than to bury a brother?
You are the only one in the city to think so.
The people think as I do will hold their breath for fear of you.
You honored a traitor.
It was a brother who died, not a slave.
Down then to death. No one while I live shall master me.
See, here comes this man.
You are looking like a serpent in my house, treading my blood. Do you confess to share this burial right, or will you swear have no knowledge of such a deed?
I share the blame and do not shrink.
No, justice forbids your claim. You refuse and I give you no part of it.
I'm glad to share your danger at your side.
I love not those who love in words alone.
Sister, let me spill my blood with yours.
Leave me to die alone. Remember, you would not help me. You cannot claim as yours what you rejected.
What joy have I to live when you are gone?
Ask Creon, it was Creon whom we cared for.
Almighty King, can you kill Antigone, the bride of your son?
Are there no women in the world but she, and you wife I like that for my son?
Oh, Haman, hear not your father's scorn.
You didn't become wearisome to me.
Almighty King, he is your son. How could you just take her from him?
It is not I, but death that stops this wedding.
Deep then, O Creon, that you are resolved that she must die.
Delay no more, take them away.
Thrice happy are those who have never known disaster.
See, here comes Haman, your son.
You come and anger Haman, or you still my loyal son, whatever I may do.
Father, I am your son, and may your wise judgment rule me.
And all peace be guided by your father. Amen, pray that they will have obedient children. So leave this woman Antigone, your enemy, and spit on her. There is no greater curse than disobedience. This brings destruction upon a city.
Father, it is the gods who give us wisdom. But it is my duty as your son to report to you what the people of the city are saying. The city mourns this girl, and they are saying she does not deserve death for burning her brother. They say she deserves a crown of gold. Such is the muttering that spreads everywhere. Father, command that he thinks of him wise is often proven to be empty. There's no disgrace in learning more, and no one's evil, even if one is king. O Father King, let your anger cool and proud from the wisdom of another.
O King, your son has not spoken foolishly. You can learn wisdom from another.
I think of leave to take a lesson from a boy.
Think of what should be done and not on my age.
To honor disobedience, is that what should be done?
It is not government but tyranny,
Villain, do you oppose your father's will?
only because you're opposing justice.
You shall be sorry for this tongue. Bring out those of future named Antigone, for she may die before Haman's very eyes.
You shall from this hour not look upon my face.
In anger he has gone, my lord. The young, when they are greatly hurt, grow desperate.
He shall not save these women from their doom.
Are you prepared to destroy both sisters?
Not as many, for she is not sinned against me.
What of the other? How should she be slain?
Into a deserted cave she will be thrust. There lay to pray for death.
Oh, they bring Antigone here. We cannot keep back our tears which rise like a flood.
Friends and my countrymen, now I do make my last journey. Now do I see the last son that I ever shall behold, never another. Ah, cruel doom to be banished from earth.
You were too bold, too reckless. Now kingly power takes terrible vengeance.
Unwept and unfriended, cheered by no song they drag me to death. Never again shall I see the sun in the heavens.
Enough of this. Hands with her. Enter into a prison as I commanded. She shall live no more among the living.
Why should I look to heaven for help if this is what the gods approve?
Your end has arrived. The census is past. I have no more comfort to give you.
Behold, Tiresias, blind but seeing all men, enters our land.
bag full of blind needs someone to guide their steps.
What tiny little Teresians do you bring?
Hear them the prophet you would do well to listen.
Have I ever been Muslim's word?
You now tread the razor's edge.
Your words make me shudder. Speak more.
Before the sun has set, you would give a child of your own body to make amends for murder. The gods aroused against you. They are avengers and they lie in your path to snare you. Not many hours will pass before your house loudly moves lamentations. Hatred for you is moving through the city. These are the arrows I launch at you. But now, lad, lead me home that he may vent his rage on younger men, and that he may keep his tongue more temperate and more understanding within himself.
Tiresias has prophesied dread things, O Priam. Every prophecy he has spoken has been fulfilled.
Yes, this I know and I'm perplexed.
Almighty King, listen to his advice.
Advise me and I will listen. What shall I do?
Release Antigone from her cave of death and lay the unburied Polynesians in a tomb.
You would have me yield?
We would and quickly. The gods are ready to punish the foolishness of men.
How difficult is it to yield, and yet I cannot fight against it. Yes, I will yield.
Quickly, go then, and leave not this task to others.
Sentinels, make your speed and release Antigone from the cave of death.
Listen, you people of Thebes. All is lost. Nothing is firm. You have no happiness.
What is the weight of this heavy news you bring?
I bring you death. Death? Who's dead? Haman is dead. Slain by himself or by his father's hand? He killed himself.
O Tiresias, how your prophecy comes true.
But look, Eurydice comes forth from the palace. Have you heard about her son?
Good people, all I've heard is how to be once friend, no stranger to bad news.
Dear mistress, I will tell you what I saw. I went with Priam up the hill to where Polynesius' body still lay, and we gave a holy washing and prayed to the gods that they would restrain their anger and be merciful. Then from the cave we heard a shrill lament. We rushed to the cave and saw the body of Antigone hanging in death. Stripped from her dress that served as a robe. But Antigone was not alone in that cave of death, for Haman was there too. In remorse we saw him lean on his sword and drive half the blade into his body. Hanging onto a slender thread of life, he embraced Antigone, spilling his royal blood upon her. Dead but the dead he lies.
What can we think of this? The queen without a word has gone hence.
It is strange. I know not, but her too much silence seems careless. It is most unnatural. I'll follow him.
Look, Creon comes.
You behold, people of Thebes, the slayer is very unson. My stubborn ways have borne bitter fruit. Haman, took from me so young, the fault was mine.
Oh, how too late to discern the truth.
O king, more sorrow upon your head. Within your house, a second store of misery confronts you.
One more worse evil yet remains.
Queen Eurydice, your wife and true mother of Haman is dead. In grief she plunged the blade into her heart.
In one falls with my son and wife, O gods, you are merciless.
Behold and see, there is her lifeless body.
Where will it end? What else can fate hold in store for me? Is there no one here who would one day be thrilled to end my life? My grief crushes me.
The queen cursed you as you died.
The guilt of my son and wife is mine alone. Even though I touched them not, I killed them both. Come night with no dawn, I pray for death.
Then pray no more, you cannot escape the suffering as decreed by the gods.
I know not which way to look. All things are crooked that I handle. My life has become intolerable.
Proud words of arrogant men and the enemy's punishment. Old age learns too late to be wise.